Hello, I'm Jensen. What's going on, guys? We have a very special treat for you today. We are at Rides by Cam. This is Rob from Rides by Cam. If you know, you know. This man builds some of the craziest cars on the planet. A lot of Barrett Jackson style builds, ground up, literally every nut and bolt redone. They do a lot of their own chassis, and we're gonna take you through the shop, do a walk around and show you some of the builds that they have here. Show us what this thing is, because
Mostly we do old muscle cars, but we also do some late model stuff as well. Yeah. And this is a pretty interesting one for you boys back home in the US. Not many of you would have seen a right-hand drive Hellcat or right-hand drive Charger.
That's so crazy. I almost guarantee none of you guys have seen a right-hand drive Charger before, and this is...
So as you can see, this one's sitting on airlift airbags. We're running a billet specialty rim on it, which is exactly the same size as the factory ones. We've actually used the original tires off the build that they come out with.
So those are what, just 275s?
Yeah, 305.
Oh, 305. Oh yeah, because it's wide body.
Yeah. So we've just really, everything's pretty much factory under here. We've just decided to put a custom color on the valve covers and the supercharger.
And that's not black either.
No, it's hard to see, but it's got, I actually made that color. It's got like a really cool, I don't know if you can see it, but it's got a really cool gold fleck in it. It's really cool. So we've just done headers on this exhaust system, but we've done full forged internals, modern muscle camshaft with phase kit package, lumpy cam, and it puts out 770 on the rear wheels. And it's, the most important thing, it's a wife's car.
You want to start it for us real quick?
Yeah.
Start with this one, just because, you know, a lot of you guys are Mopar guys. This is wild. This thing sounds insane. Hopefully my car sounds like this when I get done with the cam and everything.
Yeah, she's a bit grumpy.
What exhaust did you say you had on this?
It's got a Stainless Works exhaust system on it.
Okay.
And it's off the shelf stuff too. It's got the standard unlocked ECU in it, and then we've just tuned it to suit all the new internals and everything.
Yeah.
Still running on pump gas.
Oh really?
It's got two drop-in 460 Walbros.
What is pump gas out here? Because back in California we only have 91. Well, we got E85 too, but 91 is our highest octane regular gas, and then other states have like 93.
So 93 is what we run this on out here, but it's called 98.
Okay.
So we have 98, 95, but our 98 is equivalent to your 93.
Okay.
So yeah, I didn't want to run this on E85 because it is a wife's car. She does go get the groceries and shit in it, man. So
legit.
Oh shit you not.
That's hilarious.
And the grandson's baby seat.
Real family sedan.
He loves it when you turn the car on. He's a little car nutter already. We may as well are on the subject of the Dodges.
Yeah.
We'll show you another one. This one's pretty cool. Pretty custom. 2013 Dodge Challenger, Liberty Walk wide body kit. It's cold start. Edison composite carbon.
Carbon everywhere.
Yeah.
Splitter hood.
We're running big deep dish fronts. 12-inch front wheels, 305 tyre, big Liberty Walk kit. Obviously these were around before Demons, Hellcats, all that came about.
Yeah.
We put the Demon badge on it just because she ended up with about nearly 900 at the rear wheel. So, you know, pretty much it's an older version of a Demon.
The badge fits nicely.
Yeah. So on the back we've got 20 by 15, or it's actually a 14.
On 345s.
345 rears, just blows the tyre off it. Like. So we're same again, Anderson composite wing. Sporting the Hoonigan.
Yeah, shout out to the boys.
Cerakote exhaust.
Okay.
Which is pretty cool.
So you guys will see that Cerakote brown on a lot of these builds. That's kind of like their signature color, and it looks amazing. Nice sub back there.
Yeah. The airlift air tank, just a sub. Man, I built this car 10 years ago, so this interior is over 10 years old.
Wow.
Another right-hand drive. But cool thing about this, she's running a turbo 400, full manual valve body gearbox. So trans brake, you name it. We've got a 9-inch diff in the rear end, which is still independent rear with upgraded axles to handle 1500 horsepower. That's from the diff shop, I think they're called in the US.
Okay.
And then under the hood of this one, we've opted for a massive pro-charged intercooled system. You can see the intercooler in there. It's fucking massive.
Yeah. There's that Cerakote brown I was telling you guys about.
So we've changed the manifold to a Victor Junior. Well, Victor 2 actually. I don't know, it's not a Junior. Keep thinking old school motors. And then our Pro Charger kit, which is basically the off-the-shelf item from Pro Charger. Once again with the Cerakote on it.
What size blower is that?
That's a D1S.
D1S?
Yeah. So this motor's fully built, all forged internals, like real honky engine. This car came out automatic. We ran a manual factory ECU.
Okay.
So we could tune it with the Turbo 400.
Huh.
So
was that a pain to try and figure out?
It was not fun, yeah. We've got it now, but it did take a lot to get it right. And the reason I got rid of the gearbox is I fucking hate the factory gearbox. Like, you know, if I want to rip a skid, I'll change gears when I want to, not when it thinks it can. So the later model Dodgers, they when you're in manual paddle shift mode, they'll stay in gear. Yeah. But the older Dodgers didn't, and it didn't matter how much of a gearbox tune you put in it. It just didn't help. So I just got rid of the gearbox because I wasn't enjoying it. So much more fun to drive.
Yeah, I bet. You said this makes how much power?
About 880 at the tires. But it's super. It's like literally just bang straight there.
Yeah, just instant torque.
Instant. While we're here, we may as well show off this one. This is a 49 Chevy truck that we're building. This will come to US next year. It's running an LS3, another Pro Charge setup. Man, lots of work in this truck. People know these trucks really well. They know that, you know, these sections here are quite ugly. So we've designed this one so we can fit a really big wide radiator. We're actually running twin intercoolers on this. So there's one intercooler in here and one in here, which they're not in at the moment. They're just sitting, they must be in the other bit of the shop. And then, if anyone knows these trucks, they know these hoods just don't fit. So I think we're up to 10 weeks now to make this bonnet, this hood work.
You heard that right, 10 weeks on the hood.
So
all those gaps are
all the gaps
perfect.
Around the side. All the panel alignment here is really important to me when I'm building my cars. We're going to run a one-piece window, so we'll cut that out. Recaro seats in this, but it's a complete hand-built steel interior. That's all chromoly tubing. The floor didn't exist in this thing, so we've pretty much hand-built everything from the windshield down.
Wow.
So this will be painted in here. It'll be in a matte finish. The pieces of cardboard you see on the sides of the console will be all leather, and the floors will be leather. And then yeah, we're running the Recaro seats.
Those just
Same
fit in
deal
here
again.
nice.
Trans brake, turbo 400, full manual valve body.
Probably we can't skip past the handles.
Yeah, Kindig, Dave Kindig's handles. Wasn't easy to make work on this because of the thickness of this cavity here.
Oh yeah.
So obviously you have to allow for the window to go down, so it was quite tricky to make them work. This is the one that we've already installed on the front. So your first step is to cut out your insert section where your actual handle is going to sit, which is this backing plate here that has to be welded in. Now in the front doors on this XY, we've had to install the what they call a change of direction. So you weld that in on the top and then push down on a rod that I've built, which will pop the door open.
So good though.
Yeah.
They just fit perfectly.
We're running a Roadster shop chassis on this deal. So true track rear end. We've had to hand build our 3.5-inch system, which was quite tricky because at the moment it's on the hoist, but it actually sits this on the ground. So we've had to make a lot of sort of changes in the way we built the exhaust system just to make it air out properly.
Wow. These are the same colors.
Yeah, so this is a Charlie Hutton PPG cover. And then just with a PPG matte clear on it, and then this is the same color just with a gloss clear. So that's what the truck will be when it's finished. It'll be a mixture. We'll probably do matte up here from the body line up, and then the rest will be gloss, which is why we ran with the matte in the wheels as well.
Oh yeah. Wow, match the wheel woods behind there too.
Yeah. So as you can see, getting back to the exhaust, you can see when it's at full height, it's just sort of touching. And then when it goes down, obviously our bump stops are up here. That's how much travel we've got, which is a good 8 to 10 inches. So it was very hard to get this exhaust right so that you could still air the car out and up and down, it doesn't touch. So we this will be street driven, so we've run the Varex mufflers, which have got the openers, the electric openers in them.
Okay.
So that's really cool. We even Cerakoted all our clamps.
Nice.
And I like heat wrapping the exhaust. This heat wrap we use will handle up to 850 degrees Celsius. So
wow.
And the amount of heat transfer it keeps out of the car is amazing. Like you can literally run the engine and you can turn it off and you can put your hand on that.
Really?
Like it's still warm, but it won't burn you.
That's insane.
I love making a true X pipe when I build my exhaust system. So when you see the middle of these things, they're not just 3.5 inches in the middle, like a lot of people do. So, you know, we open up the section, you get your 2 3.5-inch pipes and, you know, end up with about 5 inches in the middle. So you've actually got a true airflow.
That's tight.
Makes a big difference for horsepower.
I bet.
Yeah.
It's not as constricted.
We've detailed everything on this. We're running big 15-inch wheel woods on the front, airbags. Like I said, it's a Roadster shop chassis. This is their basically off-the-shelf entry-level chassis. So it works quite well. One thing we have had a hard time with, because this does lay rail and it really sits low, is trying to work out the intake system and everything. So that's the intake. It's an oval intake system, and it goes up in behind between the pulley and the radiator pretty tight, and then we've actually made a pipe which is just sitting under there. And it will come out here. Once again, as a true sort of join there, so the flow of the air is really cool. It goes around there, up, and then there'll be one intercooler in there and one in there. So for the 2 intercoolers, ProCharger have told us and designed these intercoolers to handle about 800 horsepower. So
wow.
Yeah. We Frenched the headlights on it too, which is a pretty cool feature. We will weld these so that there's no bolts showing.
Nice.
Smooth it, and then we'll do the bars in matte.
Wow. Like I said, every nut and bolt is touched.
Yeah. I mean, you can see here, I haven't quite finished it yet, but you know, that's where we've cut and shut the bumper and pushed it back. You know, we've had to modify everything, and we still haven't even finished it yet. One of the big keys on this too is I've actually built my own radiator support panel, which holds the radiator, holds the front guards, all the front fenders, it holds the grille, and it just ties everything in, even the bumper. A lot of things to think about, man, when you're building this sort of stuff. So I'll show you some Australian cars.
Let's do it. So this is just one of 3 shops that he has. So we're gonna go over to the other one.
If anyone knows our shops, you know that we love horsepower, right? So this is a motor for one of the new builds we're doing. It's a 572 big block Chevy, 1471 supercharger. It's got 8 2000cc injectors down low and 8 2000cc injectors up top. It'll be running E85 with a really cool hat, all EFI. So it'll be running by Hellcat ECU.
Nice.
Not mechanical methanol this time around, which is what we usually do. So that should be a really cool engine combo. And we'll show you the chassis that's going on.
How much power is that motor gonna put out?
Capable of around 1200 to 1500. We'll probably set it up about 1200, I'd say. I mean, I love driving at that sort of, you know, horsepower. It's good. You can just bake the tyres, no ease, you know, there's no effort at all. So this is the chassis that we've got, that engine's going to sit on. It's another roaster shop chassis. We do build a lot of our own stuff in-house as well, but we also have a good relationship with the roaster shop, and I love their product. So this one here will go back to US as well, which will be good, because then we can collab with them on their product and, you know, get around SEMA show and stuff like that and show it off. So as you can see, we've got an independent rear in the back, running a cantilever coilover system, which is really cool.
Yeah.
This is going to be a 67 C10, so pretty wild truck. We opted for coilovers. We nearly airbag everything, right? But
Yeah.
I'm going coilovers on this one, so this should be a pretty cool thing to keep your eye out for as we get through the build process. Suspension setup on the rear is really cool. You know, you can see that this is the main arm that links up the suspension with the billet bracketry. So yeah, pretty excited about that. Right above us is a lot of our work. This is, which will also show you some footage of the car later, but this is under it. This is one of the V8 supercar drivers in Australia, Cam Waters. He drives the Monster energy drink, black Mustang. So this thing's actually got a dry sump V8 supercar motor in it and a manual transmission. And as you can see, every part of this has been tickled as well.
So the colour is Amethyst Metallic. It's a Porsche colour. I just found it on the net one night. PBG did an awesome job trying to match it for me. The wheels are Billet Specialty Prism wheels, 19 fronts, 20s on the back. Wheelwood brakes. As you can see, it is a ex-supercar engine. Probably a pretty special part of the build, to be honest, being a supercar engine. And it's a 369 cubic inch, so a little bit bigger than what we used to race.
Just over 745 horsepower, over 600 foot-pounds of torque, all on pump fuel.
So we'll come into the interior, full Alcantara. We had to run the center console right through, and I wanted something a little bit different in the back. So the FG Ute seats in the back of 6-speed manual Tremac Magnum box in it. So I'm here with the man himself who built this car for me, Rob from Rides by Cam.
Yeah, so we're here now, and you can see underneath it, Cam wanted to sort of drive this on the street. We've sort of gone with a little bit more of a different approach with the underbody. We've decided to put stone guard on it, but we've also decided to put the colour of the car with a PPG matte clear. So he wanted to have he wanted to have air conditioning, which with a V8 supercar motor is probably impossible to have a mechanical compressor on it. So we put an electric air conditioning compressor under the passenger side guard. And then under the other side, we've got the dry sump for the engine oil system, and then under here we've had to install our electric power steering. So there's lots of stuff going on underneath the car, but everything's got a function and everything's got a good spot to live. Once again, it is going to get driven, but we still want it to look really nice. So in the back, we've got a 4-link rear with our 9-inch housing, and we've got obviously the wheelwood brakes. Obviously, traditionally wanted to keep a lot of the Ford components and the lines, but we wanted to sort of fine tune it a little bit so everyone would know that they're usually got a separate piece that bolts on the guards. So we've actually built all that out of steel and then just kept the same shape flowing. We've tucked the bars in, we've pushed them back, and then we've, you know, obviously gapped them to a certain distance. We've had to extend the guards to make all that work. The grille, it's still 100% a factory original XB grille, but obviously we've gone with a later model sort of LED halo style headlight, and then we've also gone with the similar sort of design for the inside light rather than just having the spotlight like they usually have. We've introduced Ring Brothers bonnet pins to hold the bonnet down. The way the radiator's set up and everything, it's not really easy for us to run a latch. With the nostrils on the bonnet, we've actually built a box which, you know, for us, first time working with a V8 supercar motor, and between Cam and John, we've come up with a good compromise. As you know, they probably normally have an air box on these things that seal up, and on a traditional road car like this, it makes it a little bit harder to be able to make that work. So what we thought is we'd use the original Ford bonnet nostrils, and then we built and designed our own compromise of an airbox, which still comes down right down below the fuel rails on the engine, and it gives us the clearance that we need, and everyone's happy medium. Another chassis that we're building, it's a 68 Chevy truck, this one. We've got a 4-link rear. This is our own 4-link rear kit that we make, running Hyam joints. Triangulated on this one, Ride Tech Fox coilovers, big wheelwoods front and rear. We've got rack and pinion conversion kit in it, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, those are big brakes.
Yeah. We box the chassis in. As you know, these old chassis, they're pretty flexible and they're not very rigid or stiff, so put a bit of horsepower in them, they can twist really easy. So we've boxed it all in for strength, so this is, you know, super strong now. This car here, this is an Australian car. It's nearly ready for paint. Obviously we're in the final stages to do the wet rubbing to get it into the paint shop, but we've already painted, you know, like inside the boots and all that sort of stuff under the trunk.
Blue is amazing.
Yeah, this is another Charlie Hutton colour. It's Liberty Blue. It's a really nice blue.
Wow. That just pops.
Yeah, in the sun, it's really crazy. It's got really cool metallic in it. This hood's not actually bolted on, so. But yeah, this is the engine combo that we're running in this one.
Beautiful.
And yeah, the colour's awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Australians love these cars. HK Monaro. There's other models, HT Monaro as well. They're basically a GM car. So yeah, this thing should look pretty wild when it's finished. Once again, upgraded, you know, front and rear suspension. It's got a pretty cool rear end set up in it. Nice 9-inch diff, 4-link rear. Downstairs here is our sheet metal area. We've got our guillotine. We've got our lathe up here for our machining side of things. We've got our power hammer, our notcher for our roll bars, and for anything we do with tube work. We've got our Mittler Brothers bead roller over there, which is a really cool tool. You know, bandsaw. We've got a milling machine over there as well. We've got a big roller set up in here, as well as a bender. Back in the early days, man, I had none of this shit. Just make it all by hand, you know, and it just makes your life so much easier to at least have some machinery like that.
Yeah.
We've got these things which are really cool too. A lot of people probably never have seen these before. So they're really cool for when you're doing body work. They've got every degree shape, and you can basically put it on, get the body line. If this isn't the right degree, you just grab another one. This whole stand has different radiuses all the way through to smaller ones as well. So this is really cool. Like you can see around this end, they're pretty much nearly straight.
Yeah. Huh.
So when you're doing a body line and you're trying to check consistency from one side to the other, these things come in super handy.
I've never seen that before.
Little ones, you know, could be simple things, and this might be the wrong shape, but just to give you an idea, you know, if you're going to do this sort of stuff and you want to get a measurement, like this is obviously not the one that matches that car, but to give you an example, there's all different shapes and radiuses there, so they're pretty cool.
That's the downstairs to the shop. All right, we cannot pass up all this.
Yeah, so I mean, you know, built quite a few cars over the years. People in America might even remember this one, this blown Camaro that we built. It's actually living in California now, 69 Camaro with a blown methanol motor. That was built in 2012, taken to US, did SEMA, top 10 SEMA, got on front cover of Popular Hot Rodding magazine in US, and then we sold it at Barrett Jackson, and now it lives in California, and we sold it in 2012. So the guy drives it around. It's pretty cool. A lot of the other trophies are, you know, obviously cars. There's trophies up here, there's trophies over there. A lot of Summonat stuff, as you can see. We've been to a fair few Summonats over the years. And then one of the cars that's not here anymore, but we'll probably get some footage to it on this video clip for you, called Havoc, which was the Dodge Challenger that we built, which was the same. It's on this bucket here, the Dodge Challenger. Like I said, we'll get some footage of it. It actually is the one that cleaned up all these trophies at Summonats.
Nice.
2019, won top car overall. Took it to America, and then we won the Barrett Jackson Cup with it. So that was pretty cool. It won.
Very cool.
Yeah, top 10 in SEMA show, top 10 in the Battle of the Builders, the Roaster Shop Awards. It won Showstopper Award at SEMA as well. So yeah, and then we did Grand National Roaster Show in California. Yeah. Won top pro touring overall, and yeah, it was a really cool car.
Is that like the car that got the most recognition?
Yeah, in US and in US and Australia. We built a pretty wild twin F2R Pro Charge Nova with a 572 big block. That was an animal. Actually on the one that was on Joe Rogan's podcast.
Yeah.
You know that one guy in Australia? He made this really wild black 68 or 69 Nova. Did some really cool stuff to it.
Rides by Ken. I just got it.
Yeah. Yeah, see if you can find his Nova. No, there's a black one. He made a black one. Look at this fucking thing. This thing's sick. Give me some volume. Yeah, rock and roll.
Oh, dear God.
Look at that thing. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Cam's selling the dream.
Is that what he's doing?
He's selling the dream.
Okay, the dream.
So that car, too, influenced my decision. Look at that thing, though. Whoa. Good Lord. That's beautiful. Yeah, beautiful car. Woo! God, that's gorgeous.
The inspiration for his Nova build, apparently. So we'll take you guys upstairs for a look. Might be a bit messy up here. We're just sort of running out of room in this place. We keep a lot of parts on the shelf, a hell of a lot of Dakota Digital, a lot of billet specialty products, a lot of the steering componentry that we sort of need when we're building things. Yeah, a lot of Dakota dashes, Hellcat, which is a really cool product, billet specialty wheels. Got a lot of cool custom parts that we get done in US as well from various people. As you can see in here, Scott's Hot Rods, little reservoirs, which are really cool.
A little bit of everything.
Yeah, airbag componentry over there. We've got Recaro seats on the shelf for our builds. This is our own front end that we designed. It's all what we call in Australia ADR approved, which is safety approved for your DMV type stuff. In our country, it's actually classified 8 times stronger than legal road use needs to be.
Really?
So yeah, these are all chromoly.
I mean, that makes sense though, because you guys are sending a ton of horsepower through these
Yes.
things, so it's got to be safer and stronger, huh?
Yeah, our country's super strict on this sort of stuff. So proper chromoly tubing, not Chinese chromoly, it's all German chromoly. And we make all these ends here locally out of chromoly as well. These are Justin's from Scott's Hot Rods ends for the arms and stuff. And yeah, it's a pretty cool setup. Pretty
Very
cool to be able to just make that for any build.
And this is the same blue that was on the Monaro, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've got a heap of different diff combinations. This is a really cool floater. So this is a big honky diff, 40 spline, floater rear end, which is really cool. And then this is the smaller version of it, a 35 spline non-floater. So we do keep a lot of stuff here as we're building cars. We're going to need a lot of product. So a lot of wheelwood product there as well. And then in here we actually make a lot of our own suspension components. So we're cutting stuff out on the CNC machine and then welding it all together to make our own bracketry, like this sort of stuff that you see here for our 4 links and everything.
Wow.
So this is all our stuff that we make, and then we just keep it in flat formation until we need to build it into whatever, and we can play around with it wherever we need to. My middle son Cooper makes all the CAD drawings, and then we just basically punch it out on the CNC machine. These are just, you know, a set of our arms that we build just in raw finish that haven't been painted yet, and we make them for coil raw airbags. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty cool.
Very cool.
And this is the trim room. So we actually do all the interiors in-house as well. Have a 3D printer for, you know, designing and making interior bits as well. As well as we get, you know, all the computer stitching done on our fabrics. This is all Alcantara for one of the builds in the shop that we're doing. Airbag fittings, all billet specialty parts, merchandise, shirts. We'll go have a look in one of the other shops.
Shop number 2. There's an insane amount of parts and really, really cool things in these shops. I hope you guys are enjoying the video so far, because I am.
Shed for just our steel, our chromoly tubing and everything's kept up the back pretty neat. We just keep all our steel work in there. We've got our cleaning set up just for cleaning the customers' cars before we give them back. We just sort of ran out of room, so we just sort of make more room as we're going. But yeah, it's a pretty cool setup. Air-conned as well, just
Very
in case we have to work out here, we can, because it gets quite hot.
Yeah, I've noticed that. It's pretty hot out here. I mean, today is nice. Little overcast, but
the biggest problem is we have sometimes 95% humidity, right? So if we're doing body and paint, every shop's air-conned. We can keep the moisture out of the air, so we're not trapping moisture under our bodywork or in our steel work. So yeah. So this is our last shop. So this shop here, you can see the boys are working.
What's up?
Say hi, kid.
How are you, mate?
Good. How you doing?
Just trying to undo things. It's not working.
Rusty old parts.
Keep getting the wrong fucking sides.
So this truck, we haven't even started yet. The boys are literally starting right now to disassemble, and we'll get it to sandblast. We're actually going to chop this one down. It's a long bed. As you guys know, in the US, it is harder to find short beds.
Yeah.
So with the body and fabrication that we do in-house, it's a pretty simple job for us. So yeah, basically the boys are going to get the tray off now and start disassembling this, getting ready for a custom build. We'll be running Pro Charge motors in these. So Tyler's up the front starting to get rid of all the front end.
So tired?
I think, man, it's pretty funny. I don't know if that's the engine mount
Whoa.
fail safe or that's an earth strap, man. That's
Whoa. Just the chain link.
Yeah, it's so funny what you find on some of these cars when you buy them. Like, we actually bought these from California, and then we've got it here, and there's one of these chains on each side, man. I don't know what the fuck it's for, but
That's wild.
quite funny.
Engine reinforcement.
It's got so much torque, it needs to be chained down. But this is a 70 Challenger. We're running the QA1 stuff in this one. We like to switch it up a little bit. I mean, it's the only way you find out what parts are like, whether or not you use your own, make your own, use something off the shelf to save the customer a bit of money. This is a twin turbo Gen 3 Hemi. So it's obviously still in the build at the moment. It'll be running a turbo 400 with a trans brake, full manual valve body. Our 4-link rear that we build upstairs, I was showing you boys the brackets. This is them put together. So we've got a pretty cool 4-link rear set up. You can see up here we've reinforced all the top bars as well.
Wow.
So you can punch some horsepower through it, because we've probably set this one up about 1100 horsepower.
Oh god.
Yeah, at the rear wheels. So
That's wild.
another 70 Challenger here that we're building. This has got our front end in it. So this is our own front end design. This one literally lays right on the ground. So which is why we opted for our front end in this car, so we can get the position of the car where we want it. Whereas this one will be a little bit more standard. So big brakes. She's running a Red Eye Hellcat motor with a 3.8 Whipple upgrade. You can see the big blower sitting on top up there. So once again, turbo 400, manual valve body. I mean, I don't know what you boys think, but you can't really beat a turbo 400. You can push so much horsepower through them.
And shift so fast.
Yeah, and they just love it. So we're extending the sills down and on this, as you can see here. And to do that, anyone knows challenges, their fenders usually finish here, so we've had to hand make the whole bottom of it to match the sill as well. So if you look underneath it, we've actually made our own chassis for this car, so we've pretty much chopped it out like an RC car. And then we've just built our own chassis, and we've kept just this front rail pretty much from the original car, and then morphed our cross member into it. We will have to modify the sump on this. It is going to be quite a low car, so what we're going to do is we'll have the sump finish at this height, and we'll bring the sump into here. Whether or not we use this or we get a steel one like the one that's on the other car, but this is all the things that you just got to work out as you're going sometimes with these custom builds.
Especially when you're bagging it and put it on the ground, literally.
You can see here we've got a huge wheel arch for a massive shoe under the back. This is also our 4-link rear as well, in this with a curry diff, true track center. You can see inside we've hand built all the internal quarters as well. Cool features too, as you can see here. These are either wiring tubes or brake line tubes. You can see they go actually through the floor.
Oh shit.
And they're hidden, so once the floor goes on, you can't even see what's in there, but you can run your wires and everything safely.
The type of difference most shops do not do.
Yeah.
That's the attention to detail here is insane.
You can't, I mean, I've been doing it 30 years now, so you get used to what you need to do to make things work. We've tucked the bumpers, so as you can see, they're nice and flush. And you can sort of see there where we've welded on and sharpened up the line of the edge of the bumper. We like to get everything done in steel first, try and get everything squared up, lined up in steel, so we're not running too much filler on any on any of the sheet metal. So, and like I said, this is all still in the works at the moment, but you can see how much we've extended the car down.
Yeah.
And that's really just to help us get a little bit of a lower look without having the lip that's on the factory cars like this.
Oh yeah.
That's quite ugly.
Yeah. Yeah, this compared to this, and this isn't even finished.
No. So if you look at the underneath of that car, that's all hand built, and then you look at the underneath of this car, that's factory Challenger. So there's a big difference.
Huge difference.
One's pretty sexy, one's the ugly duckling.
And I've noticed you run these door handles on pretty much all builds. Huh?
Yeah, I mean, these are all customers' cars, but I love the smooth look.
Yeah.
They're so functional too. They're really easy to use. This one's an Australian car. This is a really iconic Australian car. XY Ford they call it. It's a 4-door. As you know, with the Aussies, we love our blowers. So it's running an 871 supercharger with a 351 Windsor. Pretty cool billet. Still in the build at the moment. We're building custom internal pieces for the engine compartment. And then the same with the hood. This car you can't buy. There's no option for a cow hood on this car, so this cow's actually been handmade in steel and then basically welded straight to the old one. So there's no putty in this yet, which, like I said, we try and get everything as close as possible in the welding and the sheet metal process. So you don't have to put much on it. It is an Australian car as well. It's an XB Ford, and this one's pretty cool. It's a twin turbo.
There's that blue again too.
Yep.
I love that blue.
Yeah, it's like the colour of the month, huh?
Yeah. Wow.
So it won't be long until this thing's up and running, and I think we're estimating around about 1,300 horsepower at the tyres from this thing.
And you said those are like 66s around there?
Yep. So the boys have been working on that. We've just started doing the gaps. One thing we love to make sure that is right is all our gaps. Get all our gaps nice.
Yeah. Literally perfect.
The 70 Nova up there in the build as well.
What's the plans for this one?
So this one will have a big block in it, probably Pro charged.
Nice.
Full link rear, all the stuff like that. We haven't really done anything yet except for the Kindy handles. And then obviously the same deal again, starting to gap it. As you can see here where we've added steel,
Yeah.
all our gaps need to be done in steel, nothing else. You know, if you accidentally slam something in the door, you know, Bondo chipping off. So we make it all out of steel, which is really hard. The other thing which is really important to us is panel alignment.
Yeah.
Making sure everything lines up.
Literally every panel on every car that they've touched is perfect.
Yeah.
Like, literally perfect.
So yeah, that's a bit of a look around. Upstairs here is just all parts.
Wow.
We've got lots of customer stuff everywhere upstairs. Yeah.
Well, this is one hell of a tour. Thank you very
Yeah.
much. I
Cool.
appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you guys go follow Rides by Cam and subscribe to the YouTube. I'm sure this video will be up on your channel as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome. Well, thank
Yep.
you, brother. Appreciate
Welcome.
you. All right. That's the other son walking around carrying glass. But yeah, that's going to be the end of this video. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, share, and I'll see you in the next one. Deuces.